Now, these events are developing. I need everybody to understand that at the time that I shot this or recording this segment, I'm recording this segment, I'm doing this live show. The meeting has not happened or is actually happening right now, if I'm not mistaken, where it was all hands on deck going to look at this offer. So for breaking news here, for you guys that hadn't, in the event that you see this video, it may be some more developments, but what we're going to be talking about is, of course, as documented, Elon Musk has offered to buy Twitter outright for a whopping $43 billion price tag. So you may be thinking, what the fuck? Everybody is. Let's try to get the event squared away for you guys that have been living under a rock. A lot of you guys aren't even on Twitter. Okay, so for starters, this is what happened. Elon Musk put up a poll. It was clear and obvious that before that he had thought about this extensively. He's also had run-ins before because of his position where he was basically forced to vet or have his tweets vetted because of his power and his position. So you consider that. I know for a fact before he was already thinking about doing something, but he put out a poll. He probably already put the first steps there to do what he was about to do, but he put out a poll. Said, hey, you think they adhere to these principles? What you think about Twitter? And answer it seriously because it's going to have consequences. Week after, we find out that now it has the most shares of an individual person in Twitter bought. Okay? Bet that. So now we move on. He was supposed to be getting on the board. Parag, I think is his name, who is the CEO, current CEO. Say, hey, we'll welcome him to the board. And then out of nowhere, that didn't happen. Came out with another public statement. There's going to be some stuff happening. He's not going to be on the board. Okay, that was a little weird. I don't know if it was a pivot or whatnot. And then we get the news that we got, because when that happened, a lot of people alluded to this, because he was limited to if he was going to join the board, limiting and promising to not be able to purchase basically up to almost 15% in terms of being a shareholder. Well, that changed once he didn't accept that role. So now it does appear that those people that suggested, okay, it's about to be a hostile takeover, were correct. As documented here, Elon Musk has offered to buy all of Twitter for $43 billion. And that was a filing with the SEC. He says, as documented, McAfee, hold on, guys. Let me fix this goddamn McAfee shit. I'm not on some fucking rinky-dink website. I'm on Blaze, you idiots. All right, continuing on. Says Musk on Thursday announced that he would be in, rest in peace, John McAfee, by the way. Though I know he wouldn't own, he already sold the company. It was just named after him. Maybe he's not dead. That's a subject for a completely different show, though. Musk on Thursday announced that he would be willing to pay $54.20 per share, a 54% premium over the stock's price prior to Musk's acquisition. And some people brought that up. It was like, man, he's overpaying. I think that's the point. You give them an offer that they can't fucking refuse. Musk in a statement said that he believes the social media company has incredible potential, which he believes he can unlock as a sole private owner. I invested in Twitter as I believe in its potential to be the platform for free speech around the globe, and I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy. Okay. Y'all know how I feel about democracy. I hate that he continues to use that language as if democracy is a good thing. And in that case, Twitter would need to be eliminated. God damn, this shit is going to keep fucking up, huh? Apparently, McAfee does not like Blaze TV. Let me turn this off real quick. Or Blaze Media. My McAfee does not like that. All right, let me fix this real quick. So with that being said, he has he's given them an offer that they can't refuse, despite him being wrong on democracy, because he's completely incorrect. Democracy is a bad thing, and if again, I'd hope that he bought it and eliminated it if that meant that it was going to eliminate or be bad for democracy. You're giving it praise. Twitter has already said that they're going to carefully review the proposal. The Twitter board of directors is, of course, already looking at this. So it looks like shit's about to get real again. We have that all hands on deck. So he's all about putting it in his hands, and he thinks he can do what it takes to change it into something that's a far more positive thing. Now, again, you have to understand that a lot of this stems from, it's not just him being noble or something. A lot of this stems from folks that are, well, not folks, definitely with his conflicts with the SEC prior to. This was, though, what I had said. It's less about whether you care about Elon Musk. It's less about that. Nobody, whether you trust him is irrelevant. The fact is that there's a conflict that, to me, is the most intriguing of it. What do I say all the time about the authoritarian left? What do they have? They don't really have, they don't have the ideas at all. They're locusts, they infect stuff, but they don't really have good ideas, okay? So what do they have? Perceived legitimacy. They have the ability to control the conversation through culture. The way that they view, be it the authoritarian left, be it the people that are working with Twitter, that have been calling the shots on some of their moderation, they feel that that's a threat to that. Many social media websites introduce this. Well, it's like, for example, with COVID, there's only one acceptable position that you could have with COVID. And it made the conversation, though we still had it, a lot of us still had it, one-sided because there was only one allowable opinion on it. If you don't think that that has its own ramifications, you're fucking crazy. But they know that their power is going to be severely limited in comparison to what happened previously before if they don't control that moderation, which is why they don't look at it like they're the ones spreading misinformation, which as I mentioned before, they have 100% done that. They have spread misinformation themselves, including about the jab. Dr. Michelle Walensky got that wrong. The General Tedros of the WHO got information wrong. He flat out admitted, maybe we shouldn't have wrote off that it was possibly leaked in a lab. What? You got guys like this. Matthew Rosa, what is it? The Washington, what is it at that he's at? He's wrote on a bunch of shit. He writes on Salon as well. He's all pissy. There's plenty of these guys that are out there like this. I decided I directed my tweet solely to Twitter CEO was an oversimplification, so I deleted it. I stand by the underlying sentiment. Elon Musk attempting to take over Twitter is a threat to the free world. I care about freedom and also factual precision. You don't care about freedom. You care about controlling the conversation. So these people are mad that, well, they think that he's going to enable the quote unquote right, basically. You remember, the right to them is anybody to the right of Bernie Sanders. That's it. So they're mad that, well, this guy may allow people to do what we could do on Twitter before. So they're upset. And they're panicking like a motherfucker because people, this is not to say that it's going to happen. Just the mere threat of it all frustrates the living shit out of these people. And they don't know what's going to happen out of it. That level of uncertainty to where they are going to be in a position, though they think that they're going to be in a position where they can't control the conversation of Twitter anymore. They are feeling some type of way. Think they're worried about billionaires? Of course they're not worried about billionaires being able to buy stuff. How many other publications, actual publications, are owned by billionaires like Bezos? They're not worried about that. You think they give a shit about that? No, it's that they think this guy is ideal. I'm not saying that he is. They think that he's their ideological enemy. That in itself makes them frustrated. And they're panicking. We had heard the rumblings. We talked about the people that are kind of involved in this or rather working for Twitter and how they feel all nervous and stuff because they can't control the conversation. They don't know what to do. So here's my thing. Grab your popcorn, sit back, and watch. I'm not under any moronic impression where I'm just going to flat out believe that this means good whole changes for you, Twitter. I'm not going to pretend like that is definitively the case. Not going to pretend that. I don't know. However, I will say that the threat of it makes the right people mad, upset, and irate. But it also lends itself to everything it is that I have been saying on this subject. The left only has perceived legitimacy. That's it. This is why they care so much about controlling the conversation. Because if they don't have that, they have nothing. So when they talk about, oh, this is bad for the free world, that something like this is going to happen, all it means is that all it means is that they think that those moderation policies, which of course slanted their enforcement one way, they think that shit is going to be a threat or be threatened to where they can't moderate it in a degree that they could before. And now there's a platform, or there will be a platform. This is what they think. I'm not saying this is happening. They think that this fucking shit is going to turn into just a place where people can basically say whatever stuff they want, including talking about conversations that make them uncomfortable. And they have been working like hell to stop that. And they have been rather successful. Just grab your popcorn and check it out. We'll see what happens. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Cannon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.